I'd say my experience is not unique, but since becoming a father, I have definitely thought a lot more about what I need to do with my own life, the example that I'm trying to set, and how to interact with my uh, young boys so that they turn into young men, old men, whatever, that bring value to the people around them, and that they can have some sense of meaning in their life, happiness, and all of that. In the course of this research, I've determined that it's the consensus seems to be that significant hardship is the path to finding meaning, is the path to becoming resilient, is the path to success. And I think that as a father, it's my responsibility to provide some of that hardship for my children in the form of pushing them, challenging them, trying to help them understand the consequences of their actions. Natural consequences is a great thing that I've read about in one of the parenting books. But I think in the past, fathers were really hard on their children. I don't necessarily think we need to go back to some past parenting style or fathering style. I think there was a lot of trauma created. There was a lot of just unrealized dreams in the father's own life that was then projected on the children in a really unhealthy way. And I've thought about this a lot. How do you be hard on the kids without tyrannizing them, without creating lowercase t trauma, or even capital T trauma? But I think a great way of mediating this is you can only be as hard on your kids as you are nurturing of them. So instead of going back to some past parenting style where fathers were really hard on their kids and pushed them and drove them either into some physical sport or academically or whatever it happened to be, or like a military type situation in the home. That's none of those things are necessarily bad, but without the flip side of the nurturing and the love and the care and the really delving into each individual child's temperament and how they respond to those different things. So it is my belief that we as fathers should be super hard on our kids, provide stacks of challenge, lead by example. Absolutely. If you're sitting on the couch all day eating Tim Tams and you want your kids to be physically fit, then you're an idiot. But get out there, set the example, and push yourself, and definitely push your kids to be the best version of themselves. But for every increment of increased challenge that's provided, there needs to be the corresponding increase in nurturing and care and love, and I think that would be a great way to raise boys. Same thing with mothers. I think it would be, mothers should be as nurturing as they can possibly be, but it needs to be, the flip side of that is they can only be as nurturing as they are challenging. And then you end up with this great dynamic where there's stacks of challenge in the household, really strong boundaries, a really solid place of socializing your children into your culture and your values, and being respectful to us as parents, and then to the greater community, and also the love that they have, and the love that they receive from their parents. So kids are getting that masculine challenge, the dad being hard on them, the masculine side of things pushing them, and then the masculine nurturing, and then they're getting the feminine nurturing, which is great, and mother helping them, develop that EQ and their that emotional intelligence, and then also they're getting that feminine challenge, and the seeing how the feminine forms boundaries, and provides that socializing element in their life. So I think dad should be, you probably should be harder on your kids than you're currently being, but if you're going to increase the amount of challenge in your household, increase the amount of nurturing, and it's a great way of balancing it. But I can definitely speak for myself. Like, without challenge, I would be nothing. And even in my adult life, the people that have been the hardest on me are the people I respect the most, and the people that got the most out of me. And I wish that there'd been more of that, not less. Even as much as I have disliked different hard times in my life, they've been the most instrumental in turning me into the man that I am today. And I'm definitely want to play my part in my children's life, from that side of things. The suffering that they'll receive from just life, will likely exceed any suffering that I can impose on them. But nonetheless, I can definitely play my part, and if I do that correctly, then hopefully their capability to endure suffering is increased, so that when those heartbreaks come, or when those challenges come, or illness or failures come, the rug might be pulled out from them, but they're not crushed by it. They're competent enough to they might fall to their knees, but they won't be broken into a million pieces. So be way harder on your kids, way more challenge, way more structure, way more hardship than you can possibly even tolerate, but more nurture as well, and in equal parts. That's what of all the stuff I've listened to, that's what I think will be the best way forward. Good luck.